Good morning children, welcome back to chemistry class. In last session we have discussed about importance of chemistry, involvement of chemistry in different fields and nature of matter. In today's session we are going to discuss about interconversion of matter. Interconversion of matter. Let us see what is meant by interconversion of matter. Interconversion of matter means matter can exist in one state to another state. It is possible by altering the conditions of temperature and pressure. When we change the conditions of temperature and pressure, solid state can change into liquid state as well as liquid state to gaseous state. For example, let us consider some amount of ice. Ice is a solid form of water. On heating means increasing temperature. On heating, ice changes to form water. Physical state of water is in liquid state. On heating means increasing temperature, water gets changes to water vapor. Water vapor is a gaseous form of water. And vice versa, on cooling the temperature of water vapor, which is in gaseous state of water, water vapor changes to form water, is in liquid state of water. On further cooling the temperature, this liquid water changes to solid form of ice. So we can say that matter can transform to one state to another by altering the conditions of temperature and pressure. Altering conditions of temperature and pressure. By altering the conditions of temperature and pressure, matter can exist in one state to another state. Now, let us talk about classification of matter. Classification of matter. In previous classes, you have learned that matter exists in three different states, that is solid state, liquid state and gaseous state. But in this session, we are going to discuss about at macroscopic level, matter is classified into pure substances, matter is classified into pure substances and mixtures. These pure substances again classified into elements and compounds. Elements and compounds. Mixtures are again classified into two types: homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. Homogeneous mixture, heterogeneous mixture. These elements further classified into metals, non-metals, metalloids and noble gases. Let us discuss this. At macroscopic level, this is at macroscopic level, children. At macroscopic level, matter is classified into two types: pure substances and mixtures. These pure substances again classified into elements and compounds. Elements further classified into metals, non-metals, metalloids and noble gases. Mixtures are classified into two types, homogeneous and heterogeneous. Let us know the terms present here. What is meant by pure substances? In common language, pure substance means something without adulteration. For example, pure water, pure ghee, pure milk. That is an example of, that is according to the common people point of view. But according to the chemist, pure substance is made up of one kind of matter. Pure substance is made up of one kind of matter or same kind of elements. For example, elements like sodium, potassium, iron, silver, etc. All elements are example of pure substances. And carbon dioxide, CO2, water, H2O, etc. These are example of pure substances. Pure substances which is made up of one kind of matter or same kind of elements. Next, these pure substances are classified into elements and compounds. Let us see element. Element comes under pure substance. It is made up of same kind of atoms or similar kind of atoms. Element is made up of same kind of atoms or similar kind of atoms. For example, let us consider sodium atom, sodium element. This sodium element is made up of sodium atoms. In sodium element, no other atoms are present. That's why all elements are example of pure substances. And elements is made up of same kind of atoms. And all elements comes under this. Next, compounds. What is meant by compound? Compound is made up of two or more different elements, but they have fixed chemical composition in them. For example, ammonia. Chemical formula of ammonia is NH3. Methane. Chemical formula of methane is CH4. These are some of the examples of compounds. If you look at first example, that is ammonia. In ammonia, one nitrogen atom and three hydrogen atoms bonded together to form a compound ammonia. And in second example, methane. Chemical formula methane is CH4. That means one atom of carbon is bonded with four atoms of hydrogen and to form methane chemical formula. So compounds can be defined as compounds are made up of two or more different elements, but they have fixed composition in them. These compounds, the components of the compounds cannot be separated by any physical method. They can only be separated by chemical reactions. Next, let us talk about mixtures. Mixture. What is meant by mixture? Mixture is made up of two or more components, but the components are present in variable ratio. There is no definite ratio in components of the mixture, and the components of the mixture cannot participate in any chemical reaction. That's why we can separate the components of mixture by any chemical reaction. I'm repeating, children. Mixtures can be defined as two or more substances present in any ratio, but the components of mixture do not undergo any chemical reaction, so they can be separated by any physical method. Physical methods like crystallization, filtration, sedimentation, decantation, distillation, fractional distillation, etc. These are all comes under physical methods. By any one of the physical method, we can separate the components of the mixture. These mixtures are categorized into two types. One is homogeneous mixture. What is meant by homogeneous mixture? Here, the word itself tells about homo means single and genus means appearance. So homogeneous mixture means the components of mixture present in any ratio, but the appearance is alike. The appearance is similar. Such kind of mixtures are called homogeneous mixture. For example, lemonade or soft drinks are comes under homogeneous mixture, and these are also called as solutions. Solutions are example of homogeneous mixture, because in this lemonade is made up of different substances like sugar, water, lemon, salt, etc. The components are mixed in different ratio and looks alike. We cannot identify this is lemon, this is salt, this is sugar, etc. So all the components are mixed in it in a definite ratio and it looks alike. That's why lemonade is an example of homogeneous mixture. So all solutions are comes under homogeneous mixture. Next, heterogeneous mixture. Heterogeneous mixture. Here the word itself tells about hetero. Hetero means different. Different. Genus means appearance. Genus means appearance. Means the components of mixture present in any ratio or different ratio and their appearance is different. Such kind of mixtures are called heterogeneous mixture. For example, mud water is an example of heterogeneous mixture, and mixture of rice and pulses. Mixture of rice and pulses. These are some of the examples of heterogeneous mixture. Remember children, homogeneous mixture, the components of mixture are uniformly distributed and looks alike, is called homogeneous mixture. Heterogeneous mixture means the components of mixture are present in any ratio but their appearance is different. Such kind of mixtures are called heterogeneous mixture. Example of homogeneous mixture are solutions. Solutions are example of homogeneous mixture. Next, mud water and rice and pulses are some of the example of heterogeneous mixture. Remember, the components of mixture can be separated by physical methods or physical techniques. Physical techniques like filtration, distillation, sedimentation, decantation, evaporation, fractional distillation, separating funnel, These are all techniques to separate components of mixture. Next, elements further classified into four types: metals, non-metals, metalloids, and noble gases. In earlier studies, you have learned the properties of metals. Metals have to possess some characteristic properties like malleability. Malleability means metal can be drawn into thin sheets, is called malleability. Ductility. Ductility means the metal can be drawn into thin wires called ductility. Next, metallic luster. Metallic luster means the shining property of the metals is called metallic luster. Next, sonority. Sonority means when we beat the metals with the hot surfaces, they produce sound is called metallic luster. These are some of the properties of the metal. And one more point, metals possess high melting point as well as boiling point. And these metals are good conductors of heat and electricity. Due to free electrons are present in the metals, metals are the good conductors of heat and electricity. And these metals are exist in three-dimensional solid crystals. Example of metals are aluminum, silver, gold, platinum, iron. These are some of the examples of metals, and most of the elements are exist in metals. Next, coming to non-metals. Non-metals means the elements which do not possess the properties of the metals like malleability, ductility, metallic luster and sonority. The elements which do not possess the properties of metals are called non-metals. For example, carbon, nitrogen, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, iodine. These are some of the examples of non-metals because let us consider carbon. Carbon doesn't possess malleability. Carbon doesn't produce sound. These are examples of non-metals. Next, metalloids. Metalloids means the elements which possess the properties of both metals as well as non-metals are called metalloids. Example, boron. Boron, silicon, germanium, antimony, selenium. Boron, B, silicon, Si, germanium, Ge, antimony, Sp, selenium, Se. These are some of the examples of metalloids. Means they possess both the properties of metals as well as non-metals. And last one, noble gases. These noble gases are also called as inert gases. Inert gases are less reactive elements. Noble gases are less reactive elements. The elements like helium, He, neon, Ne, argon, Air, krypton, Air, xenon, Xe, radon, Rn, oxidation, Oz. These are the noble gases present in the modern periodic table. Helium, He, neon, Ne, argon, Air, krypton, Air, xenon, Xe, radon, Rn, Oz, oxidation. These elements are called noble gases or inert gas elements. This is because under normal conditions of temperature and pressure, they do not participate in the chemical reaction easily. That's why they are called as noble gases or inert gas elements. This is the classification of matter at macroscopic level. So let us recall today's class. In today's class, we have discussed intercombustion of matter. By altering the conditions of temperature and pressure, matter can adjust in one state to another. We have considered here water. Ice is a solid form of water. On heating, it changes to water. On further heating, water changes to water vapor. This is the way matter can adjust in one state to another by altering the conditions of temperature and pressure. Next, we have discussed classification of matter. At macroscopic level, matter is classified into pure substances and mixtures. These pure substances are further classified into elements and compounds. Elements classified into metals, non-metals, metalloids and noble gases. Next, mixtures. Mixtures are classified into homogeneous and heterogeneous. Pure substances means, according to chemists, pure substances are made up of one kind of matter. Example, elements. Next, compounds. Compounds are made up of two or more elements, but their number is different. Their number is constant in the compounds. For example, ammonia. In ammonia, one nitrogen atom and three hydrogen atoms are bonded in a definite ratio, and which forms ammonia molecule. And mixtures. The components of mixtures are present in any ratio, but no chemical reaction among the components of the mixture. They can be separated by any physical methods like distillation, filtration, sedimentation, and decantation, separating one and etc. So this is today's class, children. We'll meet in next section. Thank you.